So can the Peerless 10-year be in contention for a possible whiskey of the year here in 2026? That we're going to discuss here on the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So as you can see, a new little setting, actually old school, going back a bunch of years ago to an original one, doing some work upstairs, and we had to adjust accordingly. So we're going to be down here for a few reviews going forward. So anyway, let's tackle the newest release here from Peerless, which is their Peerless 10-year, their Henry Kraver Old Reserve Bourbon Whiskey. So super excited for this. Was able to try this about a week or so ago, and I'll tell you what, I was blown away. But rather than kind of spill all the beans at this point, let's kind of go through this, give you an idea of maybe what you can expect from this bad boy. So as I mentioned, the Peerless 10-year, this is the Henry Kraver. This is the batch 1, their first release here of their Old Reserve. It is coming in at 117.6 proof. Mash bill kind of technically undisclosed on that. It is obviously age stated as 10 years old, and the MSRP is going to be right around that $195, $200 price point. They had just released the thing at their distillery. I believe it was the middle part of April, middle to later part of April. So let's kind of dive into this, give you guys an idea of maybe what you can expect if this is a bottle that's on your radar. Man, so right out of the gate, I mean, it is big, bold, heavy, dark fruits. That fresh, rich, very berry-esque kind of nose. Fantastic kind of like chocolate, this leather note that's there. Fantastic oak. It has a little bit of a kind of a funkier oak, maybe more of an intense kind of oak that's there. Yeah, as I mentioned, some of those leather notes that are there. Now you get into a little bit of that sweet tobacco, maybe even a kind of like a cherry pipe tobacco, something along those lines. It is very fruit forward for the most part. Again, beautiful oak that's there. The spice factor is fantastic. And just overall on the nose, it's very big and bold. So you can expect that 100%. Yeah, a little bit of that kind of cherry cordial, maybe with that like rich vanilla cream that kind of comes with a cordial. Raspberry notes there as well. All right, let's dive into the palate. This is going to be the most important part. Can't wait to share this with you guys. Cheers. Wow, it's a big boy whiskey. I mean that in a very good way. The explosion on the palate is like immediate. You're hit like right away with all of this beautiful, slightly oaky barrel notes, fantastic spice that's there immediately. Again, all of that rich, almost fermented dark fruits, cherry pipe tobacco, leathers that are there. Again, incredible spice factor that this thing has to it. Mouthfeel, texture-wise, a pretty creamy, viscous kind of bourbon. Really wants to sit there, stick to the palate. As I'm kind of talking, you start to feel a little bit of that hug start to kind of come about. Almost a feel of a spicy sweet tea, especially when you're starting to get into that rye note that's there, mixing really well with those kind of fruit notes that are there. Yeah, and I think when you talk about the sweet tea, you have to factor in a little bit of that honey, kind of dark chocolate, almost borderline baker's chocolate, where it's not ultra sweet. You're getting a lot of the sweetness from the fruit that's on this, but the chocolate part of it, that's working really well with the spice, the oak, the barrel notes. All of that is balancing really well with that sweetness and some of the more savory kind of chocolate notes, so to speak. As this thing really settles in, the texture of the whiskey becomes even more prevalent. Really a lot of that, as I mentioned before, fantastic baking spice, that kind of spicy sweet tea, that baker's chocolate maybe mixed with some dark chocolate. Great oak on this. It has a little bit of that kind of sweet, rich, like rickhouse oak, blending like really well with kind of like a baker's chocolate that's there on this. That the cordial part of it kind of continues to shine, you know, more of that cherry, raspberry, the vanilla creams that you would get. I mean, overall, I mean, it's a fantastic bourbon. And as you begin to talk about the price point of it being 10 years old, $200, value becomes the main issue, especially in today's day and age where we are with whiskey. But to say it's worth it or not, that's not going to be my place, you know, for me to spend your $200. But overall, I would highly recommend the bourbon. Like, I think that this is going to be one of those bourbons that does factor into a 2026 Whiskey of the Year contender. I'll say that. Does it win? I don't know at this point, but it has a tremendous flavor profile to it overall. It is one of the better bourbons that I've had so far here, you know, into 2026, this beginning to be the first part of May. So, you know, at this point, it's probably one of the better ones that I've had. And if it's a bottle that you can get, you know, can I say it's worth $200? I mean, I think I can. You know, again, that's going to be up to you. But overall, I think it's an absolutely incredible bourbon. So with all that being said, thanks guys for tuning in today. Greatly appreciate it. Now I want to hear from you. Are you one of the lucky ones that have been able to pick up a bottle, maybe try it at a bar or anything along those lines? I'd love to hear your feedback on, you know, kind of your thoughts on this bottle as well. And, you know, do you think it's worth $200? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear, again, your thoughts on that. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you'd like to help support the channel and become part of the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, make sure you check out that Patreon link in the description below. That down there with a lot of other great things for you as well. If you'd like to follow me, you can on Facebook and Instagram, those places at My Bourbon Journey. So with all of that being said, thanks guys again for tuning in today. And remember, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers, guys. Have a great rest of your day. See you soon.